So we'll move on to our next artist, who is Priscilla Stadler, and her project is called The PoeTREE. Priscilla is a cross-disciplinary artist based in Central and Western Queens and has collaborated with many local organizations in support of community activism. Priscilla, can you join me on the screen, please? And we'll translate.
Yes. Hello, Naomi.
Hello.
Thank you so much, Naomi, and thank you to the Korea Art Forum and Heng-Gil and Xiaoting and David. The PoeTREE project invites public story sharing about a tree that's important to you. Before the pandemic, I planned to ask passersby in the park to help create the PoeTREE sculpture by adding branches and leaves with words or visuals about a tree that they remember, past or present, near or far. Instead of the park, we used this shared space of the internet where many people contributed their tree stories. I used some of the phrases to make two things. First, a sculpture, and second, a reading of selected tree stories and visuals. So today, we're going to continue making the PoeTREE sculpture, a work in progress, with your help. Here is the PoeTREE, and we have a lot of branches with phrases that people contributed to the project. So we'll paste them into the chat so you can see what these branches say and tell me which branch should I put on the tree. You can write it in the chat, and that way we can place those branches on the tree. So far no one has suggested which branch to put in the tree first. So I'm going to pick one of the branches. And we have yellow, orange, and red. Spectacle of fall. I'm going to add it to the tree. All right. Oh, that tree deserves, says Reese. I see it. Okay. Thank you, Reese. So Reese chose, this tree deserves a lot of hugs. All right, well, I will just keep going until I hear from other folks. What? Okay. He's here talking to me. Okay. Ancient and resilient. Survived lightning and still stands tall. He told me they touched the clouds. I don't see any other suggestions right now, so I will pick another one. Grandmother to so many trees around her. I rested near the surface of its earthly origins. And I see we have a request for this one. I saw images and signs in her bark. All right, we've just got about another minute, so we'll do another one or two. I miss her beautiful maple tree body and its magnificent energy field. So thank you everyone for your participation with the poetry. It's definitely looking more fruitful and dimensional. And now we're going to move on to the reading from excerpts from the project, which people contributed, and there's a visual background that Xiaoting and Heng-Gil and I will be reading to.
If I could be a tree, I would be a ginkgo. I love their triangular leaves and how they flutter in the breeze. Ginkgo extract is a memory aid, and they're one of the oldest species of trees, around 350 million years old. If I were a ginkgo, my memories would be rooted within me. This tree was inscribed on my arm in honor of living 50 years. All of my father's stories about growing up in Haiti involve sneaking into someone's yard to climb a tree because the best, name any fruit, grew in that tree and Mr. So-and-so didn't share. Also, my dad was always the only kid who got caught in that tree. I had a beautiful dream I was dancing with a tree. When I finally got out of both of the mental hospitals where my mother had committed me for running away, I had to redo junior year at high school. I spoke to no one there or at home for days. All I could think about was darkness. I could feel the sootiness of New York reflecting my grayness inside. I was slowly dying inside and contemplating matching that feeling with outside action. I was walking the gray sidewalks to school when I became aware of a flowering tree in a small yard. The morning light struck the trunk, the branches, and the glorious flowers. The tree was so beautiful that I started weeping, but hiding the tears from the streams of students passing by. The infinite pink and white shades of the petals, the tenderness of the yellow threads inside the petals, the lights striking the green leaves, the trunk with its sturdy shades of brown fissures and furrows, the fragrance. It's a cliche, but really it was indescribable. But you know when you've experienced that beauty, it will change your life. I have been thanking and blessing and bowing to that tree for 55 years. After my left breast was removed, this tree showed me how to adapt my roots, branches, leaves, and seedlings to live a loving life.
Here she is, Sister Cedar. I have a place on the right side where I stand and open to her energy. Back to the tree, eyes closed, and sometimes with forehead pressed against our rough surface, often receiving images, sometimes words. She has told me that trees everywhere are ready to communicate with us if we'd slow down and listen. I believe that.
That was a really lovely reading, and glad to see so much interaction with the audience before. And we'll save any questions for you for the very end. So
Fine. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Priscilla. Okay.